Yifat, thank you for talking to us.
Hello.
Can you just start by telling us which members of your family are being held in Gaza and whether you know if they will be released?
My cousin Shiri, her husband Yarden, and their two beautiful boys, Ariel, 4-year-old, and Kfir, 10 months old. He's going to be 11 soon. He was kidnapped when he was 9 months old. What we hear from the media here is that the deal that is being made is to release all women and children. And the list of names that was made by the Israeli side. I know they're waiting for a list of names from Hamas because until today, 46 days has gone by and we haven't heard anything about their condition, if they're alive, if the baby is okay, if Ariel is okay. We don't know if they kept them together or separated Shiri from her kids. We know nothing other than that video that was taken by Hamas on that day, when you can see her holding her two beautiful redhead babies. We haven't heard anything. So until I see her in my own eyes and until it's probably going to be the very last minute, we're trying to remain calm, to not get disappointed because it's going to be very hard. And Yarden is not part of the deal. Her husband, her beloved husband, is going to stay there until there's another opportunity, hopefully soon. So we are torn.
But just so I understand the situation that you are in right now, the media is reporting one thing, that many, if not all, of the women and children, and by the way, we're hearing something slightly different to you, but are you aware whether or not your cousin and the two children are on any sort of list that's been prepared?
They are on the list being prepared on the Israeli side, 100%. I don't know where's the list of names from the other side. It should be, I guess it should be published or sent to the press by tonight. And like this, and then we'll know that they're alive and part of the list and will be released.
But at the moment, have you had confirmation that they are still alive and that they are okay or not?
Nothing.
No news,
Nothing.
no news at all.
No news at all. So I can't really be happy still. Everyone is very excited around us, but we are very, very concerned, and it's going to be probably in the last minute. And when we see her and when they release her, I heard probably through Egypt, then we can celebrate. But until then, we are worried sick still, and we don't know if they're alive. And hopefully they'll be back to us by the end of this week.
And in terms of how it might happen, you just mentioned Egypt, but you don't actually know the details yet?
No, I can only assume because the release of the two elderly women at the beginning of the month and the release of the mother and daughter at the beginning in October went through Egypt. So I presume it will be the same. But I can only guess. I don't know how it will happen.
And what sort of support have you had from the Israeli government during these very difficult days? Have they been in regular touch with you?
No, unfortunately, there are a lot of families and a lot of different situations, and we receive a lot of support from the Israeli people, from organizations and that were built in 2 days to help the families. A lot of support from social workers and nothing from the government. We've been in touch by someone from the army that will say that his job is to update us, but he had no updates. for the last 46 days.
So for 46 days, am I right in saying that the last thing you saw was that little piece of video of your cousin and the two little children being taken? Is that right?
Yes, that's right. And we have a photo of her husband, their father, on a motorcycle, severely injured, being driven into Gaza. So we know he was kidnapped as well, but separately.
And how did you find that piece of video?
On social media. Someone sent it to me. They uploaded to Telegram and to TikTok, I think, and a friend of mine saw it who knows my cousin and said, I think this is your cousin. And
during that day, did you hear anything from Shiri on the day that it happened?
Yeah, we had sirens at 6 o'clock in the morning in Israel. And I live in the center of Israel, and I have a minute and a half to get into the safe room. And every time I text my younger cousins, Shiri and her sister, if they're okay, and if they want to come over, because here in Tel Aviv it's quieter, and they always laugh and say, it's okay, don't worry, 2 days' time it will be over. And around 9 o'clock, we lost connection with Shiri.
So what's the very last contact?
I'm sorry.
What's the very last contact you had with her?
She sent a heart emoji around 8:30.
And nothing since. Can I just ask you one other question about the days that have passed since then? How have you felt watching the events unfold in Gaza, knowing they are there?
It's been terrible for us as well. I truly believe in humanity. I don't want to see anyone suffer. This is how I was raised, to believe in peace. And I see all the photos I've been people sending me photos of horrible things happening in Gaza, so I can see for myself, and blaming me and blaming my family. And still, in my darkest times, I find it all horrible, and I want it to stop. I think the Palestinians deserve a better life, but not under the Hamas ruling. I think Hamas is ruining their lives. And I'm sorry if it's too political, but it's been really, really hard knowing that my family is there and that their life is at risk.
Yifat, we can only say that we hope very much that you are reunited with your cousin and her children, and that you hear news about her husband soon. And take care of yourself, and thank you for talking to us on this day.
Thank you very much. Thank you.